Standing out of a football ground with a microphone, which can only mean one kind of video. Hello, I'm Aiden, and welcome to a new series on the YouTube. On the YouTube? Fuck. Standing outside a football ground with a microphone, which can only mean one thing. A new series on YouTube, where we'll be going around all the different grounds in the country, rating them on facilities, atmosphere, the actual game, and the prices of beers, which is one of the main points of football. Now, I don't know where this series is going to go, or if it's even going to be any good, but today, for the first game of the season, we've come to Oakwell to see newly promoted Barnsley against newly relegated Fulham. Barnsley haven't beat Fulham in their last 4 games, so we're here today to find out if Barnsley can end that 4-game losing streak against Fulham and get off to winning ways in the first game of the season. I'm Aiden Highland, and this is TTAD TV. Barnsley FC, founded 1897, or the Barnsley that we know today. There was actually a Barnsley St. Peter's FC, but only lasted 10 years. So. Oakwell, the stadium you can see behind me, got a capacity of 23,287, all-seater. Ruben Courtney Noble Lazarus, the youngest player ever to play in the English Football League, and actually also played for Barnsley. He came on against Ipswich in the 08-09 season. The last time these two teams met on an opening day was during the 83-84 season, and Barnsley lost 3-0. Let's see if they can change that today. But first, we wait. And we wait some more. And still, we wait some more. Nice tap, bro. Brewdog at a football match. Absolute madness. I spent £25 on today's ticket, which seems quite expensive for a championship game, especially when sat in the family end. And the first problem arrived when I got inside, absolutely starving because I hadn't eaten yet today. And it turns out you could only pay by cash everywhere. There was nowhere to pay by card, which I feel is a bit ridiculous in 2019. And this was my view of today's game. And what a beautiful view of the goal. And as the goalkeepers warm up to the beat, and this is where I ran into my second issue. So as I was taking a picture just before the game, a woman walked over to me and was just like, "You can't take any more pictures today." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's fair enough." And she sort of just stood there and stared at me for a while. And then eventually I put my camera away, so it meant I had to switch to my iPhone for the rest of the game. Kick off. Did someone say chance? Luke Thomas left-footed shot from the right side of the 6-yard box to the bottom right corner. 1-0. We continue again with a Barnsley corner that comes to nothing. Now I found the stewarding in Barnsley alright, but this guy was getting nervous about 2 kids playing near the white wall he was stood next to. Eventually he gave up though, nothing he could really do. Barnsley once again on the front foot as Luke Thomas steams forward, Alex Mowat tries the pass, but Fulham get it away. And another goes slightly wide. South Yorkshire was hosting their annual banking conference this weekend. This is why so many Fulham fans travelled to Barnsley. Clearly someone wasn't pleased with their pie before the first half and decided to chuck it on the pitch. It was all Barnsley in the first half as another chance goes wide. At one stage I got bored and started filming my shoes. And where they put the camera just doesn't look safe. It doesn't look like it's even being supported by anything. How has he missed? And finally, a Fulham chance which goes well over. And that is half-time, 1-0 to Barnsley. When I bought my ticket, originally I wanted to save some money, so I went for the cheapest option, which was £25 instead of £30, which arguably I wanted to go in the £30 end because it seemed like there was better atmosphere there, but I thought I'd go for the cheaper tickets, not realising that actually it was in the children's area. So I ended up being surrounded by families and dads and whatnot. And then at half-time, when I stood up, just to sort of stretch my legs and take in the surroundings, a load of kids transcended on my seat, and I ended up losing my seat to some kids who then started throwing bottles at the people in the bottom tier. I mean, I wanted to film it, but at the same time I didn't, because I didn't want to be that lonely guy at a Barnsley match with a camera taking video of kids chucking bottles at people in the lower tier. Eventually they left and I got my seat back. Kick off. A corner for Barnsley is put in. Put back out again to the wing. Nice skill to get it back on the inside, but eventually puts it over. Free kick to Barnsley, which the number 9 takes, but drags it just wide. Fulham with the chance on the wing, maybe should have been given as a free kick, but eventually they get a corner out of it. The corner is put in, but eventually it's headed over. A chance down the wing, nice little pullback. Mitrovic is claiming for a foul in the centre, but nothing was given. The ball comes back out to the wing. Played to the edge of the box, chested back. Passed out wide. And eventually the 22 is fouled. Johansson puts the cross in, but is headed wide. Kamara into Kenny, who plays the ball, but wide again. It's been all Fulham in the second half as the balls play through, but somehow it's kept out. Classic. Barnsley corner headed just wide. If a ball could sum up Fulham's afternoon. Did somebody say goal? Nah. Fulham come forward with the ball. Kamara into Knockout, whose shot is saved. Knockout running down the wing, eventually turns the defender. He thinks that's silky, but then the Barnsley defender comes in with an even silkier tackle. Beautiful. Fulham put in the ball from the corner. Falls out to Kamara. Well over. Well over. As the game draws to an end, and I film this guy's fingers who have been trying to keep out of the shot the entire game. Fulham with a chance from the edge of the box, but it's easily saved by the keeper. The linesman's pacing like a nervous school kid, and I'm wondering why they have a steward to just look down the line. And no wonder the linesman was nervous, getting this happy, joyous appreciation from the Barnsley loyal. Were the fans just letting him know how well he's been doing this game? As you can see here, Malik Wilkes was just soaking in the atmosphere, and the Fulham player did not take very kindly to that. The Fulham fans today have actually been really good. And that is full time. And for the first time in 4 league games, Barnsley have beaten Fulham. And as I switched back to my regular camera, it was nice to see the Barnsley players do a lap of honour to show their appreciation towards the fans today. And as we left the ground, down the stairs, outside, you're right, mate. Out past the Barnsley Football Club sign, past this very red wall, up the street with a floss, and out into the car and down the road. Let's rate this experience, shall we? Let's start with today. Facilities. Now, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. This is for not being able to pay with card inside the stadium. When I was outside and I saw the Brewdog van and the price of the beer, I thought it was going to be a really good day. But it turns out you can't pay with card. And I think for a stadium in 2019, you should at least be able to pay by card at one of the tills. I think not being able to pay by card has really brought the score down, unfortunately. Other than that, it's a really nice ground. I love an old school ground. Atmosphere is going to get a 4 out of 5 from me today. The fans were actually really good. I don't know what I expected when I came to it. Didn't really hear much from the Fulham fans. They got going for about 10 minutes in the second half when the team was on top. But apart from that, the Fulham fans didn't really say anything. Barnsley were on top the whole time. The fans were loud. Everyone was cheering and clapping. No one really gave any aggression towards any of the officials today, which is always nice to see at a football match. Because sometimes the fans sort of just get on the referee's back or the linesman's back the entire time, but don't really cheer on the players. But I feel today, they actually did cheer on the players, and I think that's what eventually got them result. I mean, they're going to be an underdog this year, I think, Barnsley. They've got some really good players. But, yeah, the atmosphere, 4 out of 5. I'm going to give the cost of the day a 3.5 out of 5. I thought the ticket was a bit pricey for an adult. I don't know what I was really expecting, but the cheapest ticket was £25 today, and I had to sit in the family end, which, more fault to my own, really. I didn't realise that it was going to be in the family end. But, yeah, £25 or £30 for an adult. I think that's quite expensive for a first home game. I think they should maybe try and lower the price a little bit, but that's just me, and yeah. Accessibility is the final one for today, and that is a big one for me because I live in a city, so I don't have a car. So trying to get to games via the train station sometimes is a hassle, especially when grounds are all the way at the edge of the city. You've got to either walk an hour or get a bus somewhere. So it's always nice to go to a ground that has a train station very close to it, within a 5-minute walk. So that's why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Also, great car parking. Everywhere I had on a Saturday was cheap or free, so I think that is something that's really good about the ground. Also, you got the M1 that's literally just next to it, so it's about a 10-minute drive to the M1, so you're out of the city pretty quickly. So overall, the score out of 20 is 14, and eventually as this series progresses, we'll get more teams up and we'll be able to make a bit of a table out of it, but for the moment, Barnsley are the only team on there. But 14 out of 20, bang average, I reckon. It was a good day. I enjoyed it. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe because, well, I don't know who's actually going to watch this to begin with, but it'd be nice to know if there is sort of at least 1 or 2 people watching it. Sounds so depressing. These videos will be coming out every Wednesday and Sunday, so I'm hopefully going to be trying to get to a Tuesday game, and I'm also going to hopefully try and get to as many Saturday games as I can. It's going to be spread across all the different leagues, from hopefully the Premier League, probably not the Premier League just yet because I'm very low on money, but especially lower leagues, and also it's mainly going to be focused in the north for the moment because, like I said, I don't have a car, so I'm going to have to try and get everywhere by public transport. So we'll just see where we can get to and what games are available. Until next time, see you later.